watching Startup Wednesday. 2015 was a blockbuster year for Indian startups. And one of the sectors that caught many eyes in 2015 was the booming on-demand services sector. From getting a ride back home or having groceries delivered till your doorstep. Thanks to startups, all this is now just a click away. And that's what we're looking at on the show today, on-demand service sector and what the startups in this space are up to. First up, with urban Indians always on the go battling lack of time, here's how 3 young entrepreneurs cashed in on the opportunity and started Urban Clap. An online services marketplace, the startup offers anything from tutors to electricians and plumbers till your doorstep. And there's more to it than just a successful business model. This startup is now helping several professionals find employment too. Take a look.
27-year-old Husnaira Khan has over 5 years of work experience as a beauty professional. A mother of 2, she says her fixed salary of Rs 15,000 wasn't enough. On the lookout for opportunities, she joined a Gurgaon-based online marketplace for professionals and in just over 3 months says she's earning 3 times more.
पहले जब हम काम करते थे उसमें फिक्स सैलरी होती थी जितना, और अब जब हम अर्बन क्लैब के साथ जुड़ने से हमें 45,000 का तो कंपनी हमें काम देती है, लेकिन उसके बाद जितना भी हम वर्क करेंगे, जितना भी ज़्यादा वर्क करेंगे हम उतना ही हमें फ़ायदा होगा.
And this all thanks to yet another interesting startup sector. On-demand service startups offer anything from cabs and groceries to beauty treatment, photographers, yoga and dance instructors, personal tutors and even plumbers and electricians at your doorstep. In the US, they raised a funding of over $4 billion in 2014 alone. And the market size for Indian startups in this sector is also said to be huge, around $400 billion. And that's the opportunity 3 young entrepreneurs are hoping to cash in on. IIT Kanpur batchmates Abhiraj Bhal and Varun Khaitan were working at Boston Consulting Group, a global management consulting firm, before they decided to take the startup plunge. And that's when the duo met ex-Twitter software engineer Raghav Chandra and zeroed in on India's booming services sector with their startup Urban Clap, a mobile services marketplace to hire professionals, be it an electrician, a photographer, a yoga teacher or an interior designer. The startup claims to help you find the right professional for your need.
Services actually contributes to a very large share of wallet of the average Indian, whether it's what they spend on their wedding or on making a house, home repairs, on teaching their kids, through private tutors. Like, it's a pretty sizable component. And the other thing we realized was that there had been literally no fundamental innovation for almost 2 decades in this space.
Launched in October 2014, the startup has grown from the 3 founding member team to over 350 employees and currently operates in 8 cities. With over 25,000 professionals on the platform, the startup offers services in over 85 categories with fitness, personal care, home furnishing and photographers among those that see high demand.
Most of the times, the end service professional who actually delivers the service, he or she is not being put as a face to the customer. There is some aggregator or some agency in the middle, and these people will keep 50, 60, 70% of the service charge with themselves. Also, earlier they were extremely underutilized because people could not find them, they could not promote. Today, our professionals, if it's a plumber, a salon therapist, a yoga teacher, a wedding photographer, they are packed with jobs.
And more jobs means a jump in income. The fixed average salary for a salon professional is anywhere between 15 to 20,000, and for those associated with startups now, salary can possibly range between 60 to 65,000. A plumber who earlier worked for a fixed average salary of 12,000 can today bag double of that. But experts say while more may be finding employment this way, earning big bucks every month isn't assured. Their earnings are dependent on demand and a lean season may affect business. Also, job security isn't what a conventional workplace offers. But for the moment, this space is seeing a sharp spurt in demand from urban working Indians. The startup is backed by investment firms like Saif and Axel Partners along with Snapdeal's Kunal Bell and investor Ratan Tata. Currently valued at over $100 million, the young team hopes to grow steadily and join the league of country's startup biggies.
If you say going forward, what are the challenges? We want to increase these numbers 100 times. We want 1 lakh professionals to be on our platform in the next 1 year, and we want 100,000, 1 lakh customers placing requests and getting services every day.
Well, Urban Clap is also on our list of startups to watch out for in 2016, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. Moving on, from layoffs to even shutting down, the food tech sector has seen ups and downs in the year gone by. But some startups firmly believe in the potential of hyper-local delivery in Indian metros. Our next startup is Swiggy, a food tech startup that picks food from your local restaurant and delivers it till your doorstep.
It's close to lunchtime, but you've still got a report to submit and no time for even a quick bite. But your stomach growls relentlessly. What do? Call your hunger savior Swiggy, a food ordering and delivery company based out of Bangalore. Co-founders Nandan Reddy and Sri Harsha Majesty, both BITS Pilani alumni, were building a logistics platform called Bundle, which was shut down in June 2014. The potential of hyperlocal delivery in Indian metros excited the duo, and they decided to start Swiggy along with IIT Kharagpur alumnus Rahul Jaimini, a developer with Mantra at that time. Launched in 2014, Swiggy is currently present in 8 Indian cities.
We realized that there was a massive gap with respect to food ordering because none of the aggregators controlled delivery. Now, because the aggregators didn't control delivery, there was a significant gap in the customer experience that basically came out of it. And because of this reason, we saw that we could actually increase the market of food ordering per se by offering a very reliable, convenient experience for the customers.
The mechanics behind Swiggy is fairly simple. Their fleet of delivery personnel is equipped with smartphones with an app powered by routing algorithms. The delivery executives pick up orders from restaurants and deliver it to customers. The app also gives customers real-time tracking of their order status, all of which gives Swiggy its edge.
Our average delivery time is close to 36 minutes, right? The second is around the fact that we have no minimum order. The third is the fact that you can track the delivery boy live on a map. So these are a few things because of which the customer is very reassured when he's ordering from us. And this is the same reason that our repeat order rates are through the roof.
With several other apps and startups that cater to food delivery, how does Swiggy manage to stay ahead of competition?
Typically, the mantra people follow is acquiring the customers by offering them discounts and then getting them on board, and then they just hope for retention. What they would stay for is for the experience and mostly assurance and accuracy, predictability, some sort of transparency into their order. So we just went after that.
Until the second half of 2015, food tech startups were the darlings of investors and attracted millions of dollars in funding. But this space began to feel the heat with startups like Dazo and Spoonjoy shutting shops to Zomato and Tiny Owl showing the door to hundreds of their employees. Many in the industry even concluded that this was the end of the food tech vertical.
The consolidation was coming. Some of our competition actually tried very aggressive stuff. Like what they missed out on is basically that customer isn't going to be impressed just with a disc. All those growth projections go for a toss once you are not able to get that repeat behavior in your customer base.
Swiggy managed to sustain itself through last year, a low point for the food tech space in India. They believe that being customer-centric and earning customer trust are key for any startup to sustain themselves in the food tech space.
In the food tech space, primarily, I think it finally comes down to saying that how customer-centric are you, how reliable of an experience are you offering to the customer, and are you basically ensuring that you're getting the trust of the consumer before he wants to order food. So if you're able to figure out and build trust from the customer point of view, you will be able to really get a good portion of the market.
It's time for us now to slip into a short break. When we come back, we take a look at a startup that's working for the elderly. Stay tuned. 10 crore Indians are above the age of 60 and many are home alone and unwell. Often there's no family close by to lean upon, and this is the growing vacuum many startups are hoping to fill. Startups like GoodHands are offering support to the elderly, providing not just healthcare but companionship and outings too. My colleague Mrinali Fernandez has this report.
Uttara Das is 71 and has undergone 2 brain surgeries in the last 5 years. Her daughter Madhu works as a management lecturer and has to travel frequently, leaving her elderly mother home alone.
She was really ill. There was catheter and she was on the bed and everything, and every 10-15 days the nurse would change. I had no response from the agency, no support. I was really in a bad shape.
Several nurses had come and gone, and Madhu was on the lookout for a better and more reliable option. That's when her brother chanced upon GoodHands, a startup which provides elderly healthcare support.
GoodHands is a service that supports seniors. On the one hand, we want to give children peace of mind because we know they're concerned about their parents. And on the other side, we want to be of support to their parents in the event that they need support in whatever form. So GoodHands is essentially what I would call a comprehensive senior support service.
Based in Bangalore, GoodHands was founded in July last year by Manu Raman and Dilip Ashok. Dilip has spent over 20 years in marketing and communications, and Manu used to head operations at Mu Sigma, a big data analytics firm. The duo's main idea behind starting GoodHands was to do something socially impactful.
So the idea essentially germinated from the fact that I know a lot of people in the working world who do take time off on occasion to look at issues that their parents may be faced with. So we validated this with a couple of others who are abroad, who live in the same city, so on and so forth. And the overwhelming response that we got to planned market research of about 150 people that we conducted suggested that there was a huge latent demand. And therefore, it seemed like a very good idea to kind of get into the space and explore it a bit more.
The platform has an efficient team of specialists and advisors who provide senior citizens with at-location healthcare services, deliver home-cooked food, and also transportation. The volunteers even participate and accompany seniors to social engagements.
Nursing at home, physiotherapy at home, and general practitioner to visit at home, home delivery of medicine, and a few diagnostics that can be done at home. So at-site services like planned hospitalization, periodic health check, small minor procedures, and also diagnostics which has to be done at site. So we do, these are the medical services, and the most critical service we do is emergency management. Let's get into the non-medical aspect of it. So that covers day-to-day convenience aspects like be it if you need small home repairs and maintenance, which is very hard to find. Getting carpenters, plumbers, that to reliable fellows is very difficult. So that is where we play a role. We also arrange for transportation. If senior wants to go for a movie, we arrange for transportation even to a hospital. And we also do, deliver home cooked food.
According to a 2014 report by consulting firm Pacific Bridge Medical, India's home healthcare market is at its nascent stage, valued at around $2.3 billion compared to $100 billion in the US. By 2025, 1 in every 5 Indians will be a senior citizen, highlighting the need for quality home healthcare. And 70% of healthcare needs can be met in the home environment, resulting in better outcomes and lower medical costs. And this is the space that startups like GoodHands are now eyeing closely.
We believe we are bringing a certain degree of professionalism to an otherwise disorganized space. So if you look at it, on one side, we are trying to curate supply. When I say supply, it means services or products that seniors may want in a manner that will be sensitive to their needs.
And the response, according to Manu, has been overwhelming. Today, GoodHands has around 300 active memberships. While the volunteers and employees care for the elderly, their clients have adopted them as their own children.
When she calls me, I just talk like that. So I tell her that you don't go, you just keep coming. I enjoy your company.
According to a 2011 report by the United Nations Population Fund, India's elderly population, those above the age of 60, was 100 million, and this number is expected to grow to 323 million by 2050. India's growing elderly population could be an opportunity the healthcare sector could look to tap. With camera persons Kumar and Alphonse in Bengaluru, Rinali Fernandez for NDTV.
The startup working for the elderly there. Moving on, how is it normally that you send something to your friend in another city? Well, chances are that you go to your local post office or courier service provider and go through the entire process. But hey, it's the world of startups and you don't need to sweat too much. This is Parcelled, a startup that picks, packs and ships your items, and you don't have to step out of your home for that.
We've all had bad experiences with courier delivery services at some point. Items have either gone missing, damaged en route, or haven't reached their destination at all. Not to mention the hassle of visiting the nearest post office or courier center. But not anymore, thanks to Parcelled, an on-demand shipping startup that will pick up your parcels for you.
Parcelled is India's first on-demand first-mile logistics company. What we do is we pick up the item or the parcel from any given point and we get it delivered to the end point, right? So the logistics is divided into three parts: the first mile, the middle, the line hauling, and the last mile. We are building technology in the first mile part, wherein the pickup from every respective location can be really very fast and efficient.
Based in Bangalore, Parcelled is the brainchild of Kshitij Kothi and Nikhil Bansal, both IIT graduates and ex-Flipkart employees. The pair had faced similar problems while couriering their electronics and income tax returns respectively. They brought on board Abhishek Srivastav, Rikin Khatia and Pratik Bhandari, and Parcelled began operations November last year.
We realized that everything was done at the doorstep. Even the cobbler can come on your doorstep and fix up your shoes, while the courier service was not there at our doorstep. So this is something that we believed was like missing in the ecosystem, and we created the entire thing that is right there in front of you.
With just a couple of taps on either their website or app, a customer can schedule a pickup, and within 30 minutes the item is picked up, packed and shipped through one of the company's logistic partners. Packaging, customization and paperwork are also taken care of. And from a meager 5 orders a day in November 2014, Parcelled has grown to nearly 10,000 orders daily.
As of now, we are running on 10,000 orders per day. Obviously, they are divided across multiple segments. We pick up from consumers, we pick up from companies, we pick up from corporates, right? And these 10,000 orders are fulfilled by a fleet of 700 people. These 700 people are spread across 12 cities that we are in right now.
Apart from Parcelled, several other startups have entered the same domain. In order to stay ahead of competition from other startups and established players, Parcelled's founders try to make it easier for customers by reducing the amount of information one has to provide before shipping something.
The moment we started this entire thing, we realized that our competitors or the people who were trying to give this service at doorstep, they used to ask for a lot of data before they could send anything. For you, it's going to become very difficult to actually come up with the dimensions. So we actually solved it very easily. We just ask for the item that a customer wants to send. If it is a mobile, just tell us that you want to send a mobile. The moment you tell us that you are sending a mobile, we have backend algorithms that are running, which find out the approximate length, breadth, height, the value, the weight of the item, and they also find out the packaging that will be required to actually ship that item.
While the first mile logistics space in India is growing, it is not without its challenges. Some of the common ones are uncertainty of shipment delivery and optimizing your fleet. But perhaps the biggest challenge is compliance issues, which varies with product, courier service and geographical location.
We have tied up with a lot of courier partners who will take care of the middle mile and the last mile for us, right? So making sure that they are also doing their job properly, efficiently is something that is an additional complication, a challenge that we have to face. Some other challenges which are pretty tough to face are some things on the sort of compliance issues, right? So let's say if I want to send something from Bangalore to Kolkata today, right? There is a a lot of taxes that come into play, geographical barriers that come into play, right? Their compliance issues vary on the basis of item also. So there are only a specific set of items that you can ship across boundaries, right?
Nikhil believes that startups disrupting the space will be those that focus on implementing technology rather than increasing their fleet size.
People are trying to solve it with massive fleet. Per pickup agent, pickups are very low because they're just trying to solve this entire thing with the help of massive fleet. We, on the other hand, are trying to solve with the technology. So the competitors who we have right now, if they try and solve the entire problem with the help of technology, are the ones who are going to mark a point in this entire space. I feel technology is going to be one thing that is going to drive the entire growth.
According to market research firm Research and Markets, India spends nearly 14.4% of its GDP on logistics and transportation, as compared to less than 8% by other developing countries. Not only is the logistics space in India growing, but it also has tremendous potential given the ever-increasing demand. With camera person Alphonse in Bengaluru, Renali Fernandez for NDTV.
Well, that's it for today. Make sure you keep writing into us at startup@ndtv.com and tell us what you'd like to see. For the moment, it's a wrap on the show. Thanks for watching.
Catch the heads-up episodes you might have missed during the week at these times only on NDTV Prime.